courage is somebody who's willing to put others above themselves, regardless of what may happen at the end of the day. I can think of no better person to exemplify the spirit of John F. Kennedy, as well as our proclamation in Sacramento, Adrian Fenton.
Thanks, Mayor. This is my first proclamation, maybe ever, that I have received. It certainly is the first one I've gotten since I left office. So thank you very much. I'm glad to be in Sacramento. It's great being with Mayor Johnson and with Chancellor Reed, because in my mind they're kind of like larger than life in so many ways. The mayor, both from the work he's doing now and then from his past life as an entertainer. But I didn't actually know about all the great work that you've done as a civic activist in between both. And I was reading some of the articles about how you're transforming this community that you grew up in, and so that was great to read. And then Michelle, who is really just, as you saw, kind of transforming the country and how we think about education. And as just somebody, as someone who was raised in Washington, D.C. and just wanted to give back to my own community, it's great to have been a part of it and be around people who are doing such great things. And really, that's kind of the beginning and end of the conversation for me. I came through the school system in Washington, D.C. It was a school system, it's probably just like anyone else you see around the country. When I was in elementary school, and you probably didn't pay much attention, but now that I was probably one of only about 3 kids in my graduating class in elementary school that ended up going to college, and one of the other 3 is probably my brother. Then in junior high school, you didn't pay any attention then, but the number of kids in junior high school were already missing half the day because they were selling drugs, and who within a couple years would have gotten arrested. And I went to, if it wasn't the top junior high school, it was definitely one of the top 2 junior high schools in the city, and then on to high school. And all along, the African American and Latino kids were being tracked, and we're not paying so much attention to it. But then, when you go off to college and you come back and you see, boy, look at the statistics of kids who never even finished high school and never graduated. It really leaves a big mark on you. And then in D.C., we had a situation where the government was extremely poorly run. And no place was it more poorly run than in the school system. And I was watching all of this as I go through college, go through law school, and the funny thing, and just Kevin, Michelle, myself, we always kind of speak very plain about things. The funny thing is, all the politicians, when they're running for office, they care about education. They care about education. It's their number 1 priority. And I'm not, Michelle can tell you all the intricacies of how you fix the school system. I just look at the results. If we keep electing school boards year in and year out, we kept electing members of city council year in, year out, keep electing mayors, and the school system keeps getting worse and worse, well, to me, we've got to do something differently. We just can't keep doing the same thing. We can't keep making promises and breaking promises. So I say all that because when I got elected to mayor back in 2006, that was what was on my mind. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it all. I'm mayor, was born and raised in the city. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to figure out how to fix the school system. And I think like all of you here, if I get the opportunity to run the city I was born and raised in, if I get the city the chance to fix the school system, I'm going to do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? But in politics, and I think this is the problem we're facing in the country, there are very few politicians who will do whatever it takes to fix the school system. Right? And and I just will encourage all of us, Students First is fantastic. The progress they made in 4 months is amazing. I never thought that I'd see legislation passed like it's been passed in Indiana. Some of the stuff done in Indiana is even more controversial than some of the stuff we were doing in D.C., in Illinois, in Tennessee, in Florida. So I think we're on the right track. I think we got great momentum. But I talked about Michelle and Kevin and their celebrity status, but what stands out even more about that is their impatience, their sense of urgency. And I, for one, do not understand why so many people are so patient. I don't understand it. And I don't know the statistics in Sacramento, but in D.C., statistics are that more than half of the kids who enter into ninth grade don't even graduate at all from high school, let alone graduate or not graduate with a good enough education. That when Michelle and I took over the school system in 8th grade, I think it was less than 10% of the kids were on grade level in math. Why are people so patient? I don't get it. Why don't we ask for people's heads to roll a lot quicker and a lot more than we do? So hopefully all of us will have the same impatience and sense of urgency Michelle has and the commitment that Kevin has to come back and give back to his community, even despite all the great things that he achieved in life. Thanks for having me.